This initiative is done by Project Liberate, a non-profit organization that aims to shift attitudes and behavior towards the issue of human trafficking and exploitation. Hi, I'm Amy.
And I'm Alia.
And today we'll be talking about youth in action. Are we doing enough? Let's get started. Today in this series, we're excited to talk about youth involvement in social issues. But before that, let's break the ice and introduce ourselves. I'll start first. My name is Amy, and I'm working as a knowledge production officer here with Project Liberate.
And I'm Alia, and I'm working as a program officer at Project Liberate.
So Alia, how are you doing today?
I'm doing. I'm doing. How are you?
I am surviving.
Yeah.
Surviving, right? Alright. Besides that, let's share one fun fact about ourselves.
Want to go first?
Sure. For me, I like cats. Is that a fun fact? No. But like, cats are just so cute. Like it's like not 99, maybe like 80% of my personality. It's cats.
Honestly, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they make me laugh, love life, you know. They're like the
Live,
funniest.
laugh, love cats.
Exactly.
And for me, as you can see, I've got my eyes here. I'm obsessed with the eyes. I know it's like, yeah, 80% of my personality is just the eyes, which is not healthy, but here we are.
Here we are. Okay. Now, let's start with the topic today, which is about youth involvement in social issues. Are we doing enough? Maybe we can start by sharing how we started on our advocacy journey. So, like your personal journey and what led you to become an advocate for your cause.
I suppose my cause would be like migration, right? I mean, that's like it's a very general umbrella. And I think it's because my entire life is built on migration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if my dad didn't migrate to Malaysia, I wouldn't have been born. So that's literally the start of my life. It's because of
parents,
yeah, exactly. And I think when I was younger, not I think, literally, when I was younger, I followed, my family followed my mom to Australia for her to start her PhD, or to do her PhD basically. So I also know how it feels like to be like kind of an outsider in someone else's place. So that's already one thing that kind of showed me the reality of being migrating somewhere else. And then I think just the exchange program that I went on also again showed me the difference, you know, of being an Asian in a European country.
Yeah.
In a small town where no one else is like you. Again, that's another reality that I had to experience, or I got to experience at least. I had the privilege of experiencing. Yeah. But thankfully for me, I had relatively positive experiences. Others didn't. Other friends that I had on the exchange journey did not.
Oh, okay.
So, interesting, yeah. Different
Like you
countries.
guys are all from Malaysia or like different backgrounds.
I had some from Malaysia, some from Japan, some from Brazil. Not like we all had different experiences, I feel. Yeah. So I think all of this combined and knowing my dad's history, having moved here also, kind of pushed me more towards migration. And then I decided in 2021 to attend Project Liberate's like workshop on women's labor migration.
Yeah. Okay, that's very nice to know that you had a good experience and that you're also like aware of like your background and your parents, where they came from, how they came here, and it's very interesting. Well, for me, it started like after high school, and it's on the issue of like statelessness, which is kind of intersects with migration also in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah, because I'm from Sabah, and I think when I was growing up, I was really sheltered about the issue that was happening around me. Like I really didn't care or know of any social issue other than like environmental issues and maybe typical political issues that you hear of. But yeah, the real social issues around me I didn't really was unaware of. So only after high school, when I started to learn more about my surroundings, that I got more and more passionate about the stories that I hear and the kind of injustices or discrimination that this community face. And from there, I got to connect with people in the industry, the social industry, NGO industry. We make it sound like very fancy. It's just like connections. And from there, yeah, I just learned so much, and then that's how I kind of got started, I guess, in the issue. And alright then, maybe we can move on to the next question.
Yeah, sure.
The segues. How did you first become aware of the issue of like migration? Should I skip that?
No, I think we can.
Okay.
I mean, my bigger umbrella is, like I said, migration, but now that I'm working for Project Liberate, it's obviously more migrant worker related, human trafficking related, exploitation related, right? And that literally is because of their workshop on women's labor migration, women migrant workers in Malaysia, and the kind of struggles that they go through being here. That was literally the introduction to the issue for me. And just so happened that they had an internship position open in like late 2021, so I decided to apply for it, and I got it. And then I got thrown into the issue even more. And then it's just been my entire personality, I guess. Yeah, I literally wrote a dissertation, my final year dissertation on the topic also. So yeah, and I'm working full time here. So again, that's literally everything encapsulated.
Of your starting journey with Project Liberate. And yeah, it's nice to know also like Project Liberate is a mix as well. They don't just do like human trafficking or migration, but we try to delve into those like little like intersections, gender, health. I think health is also very big things, I guess. For me, how did I become aware of the issue? Yeah, I think I just started connecting with people around me, and then that's when I know okay, this problem in a way exists, right? And then you get to learn from people who are working on the ground as well. So it's not higher up. So you're not just reading it, but getting to know the real life stories and what actually happens. Really made a difference to push me to really want to, I guess, be involved as well. Makes sense. And I mean, starting out can be difficult, right? Especially I think the NGO world sometimes are a bit frowned upon by parents, right? They kind of doubt
a lot. My parents, by other people our age here, right? Yeah, our kids. It's not something most people would want to do,
right? It's unconventional, but still they are a good bunch who does it and who are in the industry, and they're really good at their jobs and are in big NGOs as well. So I think that's where maybe our parents would or peers would associate NGO is you have to work with big international organizations, but
then only it'll be something,
But yeah, speaking of that, what were the initial challenges you faced when you were starting your advocacy journey?
I think it's more related to wanting to do NGO work. That's where the challenges were, and it's mostly I think it's just tiring. Not that the issue is not tiring. It's just tiring telling other people that this is work, just like their work is work. It's just as valuable, but yeah, it's just, I feel like it's just mentally and emotionally draining to hear people be like, oh, but like, are you getting paid? Oh, like,
Same.
you know,
Yeah.
that is so irritating to me, personally. I mean, it's not irritating, it's just very, yeah, it's very draining. Like, why do I have to keep, it's not like I asked them, like, are
Like,
you getting paid at your
Yeah.
job? No.
Like,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah, and like,
Yeah.
I mean, I just want there to be like meaning in the things that I do, so I find purpose in doing this work. So, you know, let me be. That's, I think, is the social, like, how do I phrase it?
Challenge.
Yeah, it's more of like a social challenge rather than like a work challenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. For me, the challenge is like, in the beginning, I think the emotional, like personally, like hearing all the real life stories and what goes on the ground. I think I'm pretty sensitive to those like incidents and things and really good, bad stories that you hear. Mostly bad, sadly. You know, that's why it is a real issue. And yeah, hearing what people have to go through, the inequalities that they face, right? I think that really like especially coming from like place of I feel very privileged and lucky enough to not have to go through what they go through, and I can't imagine like what it's like being in Asia. So like hearing those stories, I think in the beginning was a bit like, wow, like it's like a lot of it going on to you, right? And like trying, especially like learning about the issue as well. Yeah, so that was I think challenges in the beginning.
Yeah, I think that makes sense because, you know, when you're starting out, you don't exactly know how to make that separation, I think, between things that people are going through and things that you're going through. So when you're just like receiving all of that information, you're kind of just, I don't know, like internalizing everything.
Yeah, exactly.
When actually that it's not your
Yes, it's not like my burden.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And how has okay, maybe this is an interesting question. Have there been any significant moments or events that shape your work? Or like any memorable moments for you?
Memorable moments could be actually, yes, when we did the vaccination drive for migrant workers and refugees, in late 2021, right? Yeah. I think that was something really meaningful to me because, I mean, it meant a lot to them. It's not easy for them to have just gone out without the fear of getting stopped, arrested and all that. So for us to have been able to provide a safe space for them to get the their health needs basically being met, right? So that was something very, very, very meaningful to me.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And that's when I met you also. So
That's really like when I first reached out to you. Yeah, I agree. That was like one of the most memorable and significant moments for me as well in this project, where like you really get to see how these people like react and also their level of like understanding of technology, of the language that's used as well. And you just see like migrant workers and refugees from all walks of life, come and get the vaccine, and they have to like listen to you, and then you also have to like make sure they understand what's going on, right? And help them type in into like the MySejahtera app. It was a very interesting time, So that was memorable moments. The project we made. And so how do you stay motivated and energized in your advocacy work?
How do I stay motivated and energized? I think, funnily enough, it would be to know when to stop. Like to know when to take a break.
Okay.
I feel like, I think I've said this quite a few times to, I think myself and my friends and stuff, that like, no matter how much you like enjoy doing this work, that doesn't mean you won't like get burnt out, you know, if you're constantly doing work and constantly, especially with such a heavy issue like this, you're bound to get tired. It's not a bad thing, it's just you're human, right? So it's just knowing to listen to your body, your brain, and knowing to like, okay, yeah, I think I need a break, and to take that break, and it's okay. Yeah. And that gives you time to recharge and re-energize and like get back into it more, you know, like motivated.
Yeah. I agree. It's like what you said in the beginning as well, like this is work, and sometimes work you have to also like separate like work and life, like your own personal life. You gotta balance out like life is about work, but like work is not all that, and you want to explore different things as well, I think.
Exactly.
And have time to do other fun stuff as well, to sometimes not think about work. And I think with the issue it's so heavy, sometimes it feels like you want to save the world in a way, right?
But you're like, you feel very like, you realize how heavy it can be and how big it is, and then you kind of see yourself as this one like tiny speck. Like what can I actually do? Like, you know? I feel like these things always, it's like a recurrent thought. But again, that's when you know like, oh, okay, things are getting a little bit much, and you gotta stop. Just like take a step back and breathe.
Try and explore the things, stay like do outdoor activities, maybe go for a trip, deep social media detox, the typical things.
Watch a movie, do something, you know what I mean?
Spend time with family,
with friends and stuff.
I agree. And okay, so now let's move on to what the current youth activism scene looks like and what our thoughts are on it, right? So for youth, do you think youth are doing enough nowadays? Maybe this activism world.
Honestly, what is enough?
That's a good question.
You know, I feel like maybe it's not about whether it's enough, because I think it's only in recent years that we've just been more active. I think as a collective, youth as a collective, right? I think it's only in recent years that we're more empowered to do more. And maybe, I don't know, I feel like our generation is a little bit more like active. Like a bit more, not boisterous. Not boisterous. Oh my god, I can't even pronounce the word. Boisterous? Maybe? I don't know. I don't think that's the right word, but I feel like, or maybe we're stubborn. We're a bit more stubborn, so we don't just back down.
I actually don't, in a way, I don't look at it as such a negative way, like stubbornness being like that. I think stubbornness is just not like
just
knowing your worth. I think that's like the number one thing.
So we're a bit more firm in ourselves and our beliefs. So we're more, I think we're pushed to do more, just within our circle, within ourselves. We think about our values more, I think, and I think that's just because we've evolved a lot as a society over the past decade, past few decades and centuries, right?
The access.
Access to information, access to each other as a community. I don't think it was ever so easy to just reach out to somebody from across the world. So and that's literally how you get inspired by other movements across the world. So I think we're doing okay. We're doing things.
I think definitely in some ways I think, but maybe I feel like maybe urban areas is where more youth I think are proactive. But I think because they also have the resources and the access, that's enough to enable them to be more proactive, take the action, take steps, spread awareness. And so I think that's what we've been doing a lot. Like if we don't like anything, we'll share it straight away and make noise.
Exactly.
Exactly. Any little thing, not any little thing, but you can see just little instances that gets viral so quickly.
Yeah.
And it could be, okay, maybe the food is like dirty, not clean, and then you like, the stall, and then people make noise, and then it brings up like cleanliness, hygiene, proper standard things.
Procedures, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. So yeah, although like I guess one thing we do notice also is, or rather, we are still trying to get more girls to be participative and more active in these kinds of things. Not to say that there aren't, obviously, like we are part of this.
Yeah.
We have our friends part of this, but I think we want to encourage more girls, more young women to be, I think, just be more empowered, to use their voice, especially those outside the urban areas, maybe.
Exactly. That's great, Organizations out there, what are your thoughts on those local youth organizations?
I think there are plenty, right? Yeah, all for different kinds of issues. Yeah, there could be like just, politics, or environment. There's a lot of those now, especially like ethical and sustainable fashion. There's a lot of those now, which it's really cool to see people more active in recycling stuff. And then reusing, and then upcycling, I think as well. Yeah. I think that's pretty cool. I'm into that. And not that I do that stuff. I don't know how to do that. I don't have the time and capacity to learn to do that at the moment. Although I might, it's interesting. I like that kind of stuff. So yeah.
I think there's a lot people are doing nowadays. Other than these groups, doing webinars. I think nowadays a lot of outreach activities, conferences as well that they're organizing. That the youth can join and learn more and connect with relevant stakeholders.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's the thing about our current era now, with everything at our fingertips, literally. We have our laptops here, our phones next to us, at all times. It's easier to reach out to people, to talk to other people, to connect with people. So yeah.
Alright, so now we talked about how we started our journey and kind of the general idea of what we think of the youth scene in Malaysia. Now, what advice would we kind of give to them, to the youth who want to start their advocacy journey?
What advice?
I feel like the first step is like for you, like how we started, it's to know what you want to do, but at the same time, it's either you know what you want to do already, or you have to explore to know, to discover, right?
Yeah.
What you want to do?
Yeah. Because sometimes it's personal, sometimes it's not.
Yeah. That's right.
Migration feels a little personal to me. But at the same time, there's parts of it that's not personal to me. So there's that duality there, things that I could explore just within this umbrella. So yeah, I think exploration is something really important. I mean, if you see somebody posting something and you think, oh, that's interesting, I want to know more about it. That's literally how you can start. I don't know. It's pretty simple. It doesn't have to be so complicated, how to start could really just be that. And then slowly you find the community, the network, you talk to people, and then slowly you find out, oh, okay, maybe I can volunteer for this place, if you have the time and the capacity.
Yeah, I think volunteering
is
good as well.
Yeah, because there's all kinds of volunteer work that you can do. It's not always, I don't know, what do you think of when you think about volunteer work?
I think honestly, if you have the time and the energy to go out, do and be out there, and also don't always rely on having friends or I think people to go with. I think you should be able to say you want to go despite having or not having friends. If you have to go alone, it's because you want to go and you want to put in that effort to really learn. And then I think you should also go into it knowing that volunteering is also like kind of people are willing to volunteer their time.
Yeah.
Right, so you know that the space that you'll be around is most of the time will be a good space, and you get to meet like-minded people as well. So you shouldn't be scared, or you shouldn't like be intimidated to go just because you're alone and you have no friends. I think that's how it started for me as well. Like even though I don't really, you know, I don't really have friends who are interested in volunteering, so like I had also to do it myself in a way, to go to these like events by myself, but I made like friends, make connections, and just learn from the people who went. Then it's, you know.
Although, yeah, I mean, I understand that it's like, you know, if you have social anxiety, if you're introverted, it makes everything that much more difficult to do things by yourself. But I feel like, you know, if you really want to know more, if you're really interested and you just really want to try it, then just, you know, just try it. Push yourself, but like just try not to think about what you're about to do.
Yeah, exactly. And I think most of the time, so far, like in this NGO space, like everyone has been quite nice and quite welcoming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, even within Project Break, we're a bunch of like introverted people.
Yeah.
But here we are, recording something for the world to see. You know. We're trying our best.
Yeah. So I think that's how they can get started. Yeah, there's, like I said, like with the groups as well, like there's so many groups, organizations, collective, whatever you want to call it out there, that you can just join, send in a DM, say, hey, I want to volunteer. Like honestly, just offering your help to these organizations as well. I think they'll be more than happy to get help. You know. And that's what they can do. How to start. Alright, so maybe you can go to like our last section for today. Then maybe like our hopes and recommendations for the future, for the people out there who's listening.
I hope there's people listening. But my hopes and my recommendations, I don't think I have recommendations at the moment. I don't know. But I just hope that, you know, more and more youths, no matter where you're from, like you're urban, suburban, rural, wherever you are, to just be more involved in the community. Yeah. Just be more involved in your community or like other people's communities. Like just be involved in a community, learn more about other people, other struggles, other experiences. I think it really opens up your eyes to how the world is for other people.
Exactly. Yeah. I think I agree with you on the learning part. I think you should try to be as aware of things that are happening around you as much as possible. It doesn't even have to be like just social issues and you have to really go in deep about what's happening socially, but like politically, economically, maybe, you know, like all these things that are happening around you. I think it's good to be aware, not be ignorant about these issues as well.
And I mean, it's like, it's okay, you know, especially when you're just starting out, that you find yourself like, oh, I didn't know this was going on. That's normal. We're all learning things. So, you know, it's okay to not know things, how things work, to be ignorant. But what you shouldn't be is to stay ignorant.
Yes. To choose to be ignorant. And it's like, especially if you know, like you come from a place of privilege, and if you feel like you can do something with your position, I think that's great as well to kind of take advantage of your position and want to help others as well. At the end of the day,
take advantage for good reasons.
Yes, take advantage for good reasons and help out others. And I think don't be scared of trying out new things. And becoming more and more involved in whatever it is issue that you want to do. You know. Recommendations probably. Don't be scared. And just do it.
Nike, you know?
That's so cheesy. Just do it. Okay, maybe I have like one last question for both of us. how has your advocacy work impacted your personal and professional life?
Honestly, I feel like knowing boundaries. you know, um, yeah, I think just knowing boundaries, like how to talk to people, how to be firm in certain like circumstances. So that also teaches me how to do that in my personal life. So yeah, I think that's like one of the more important things. That's like I can do it and like implement it in most parts of my life.
Boundaries. So,
Funnily enough,
yeah, exactly. Self-worth and yeah. For me, how has my physical affected me? I think it just like showed me different perspectives of life,
Yeah.
people's story, journey, and also I think like empathetic. That's maybe even a more empathetic person at the end of the day. Like to really think about like before I do something, think about the consequences or like the different kind of aspects of it, perspective to it, and yeah, it really has opened my eyes to the realities of life. And yeah, I guess in some ways it has made me also motivated to kind of continue doing the work.
That makes sense. That's
Right?
for me as well.
And yeah, that's how I guess it impacted my personal and professional life. Okay, any other closing remarks you want to give?
No, just try new things out. Basically, it's okay to be scared, but just try and push yourself to do something new, learn something new. Yeah, that's all I have to say.
Alright, okay, so I think I'll end it at there. So thank you. Wait, no, I don't want to say thank you. Honestly, that brings us to the end of this session. We hope you enjoyed today's.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed
today's interview and that it was beneficial to you. Follow us at Project Liberate on Instagram to keep up with our latest update and to catch us on our next series. Until our next episode, remember to always be kind. Thank you.